Hey guys, today is Tuesday, which is the day I talk about Rhythm Heaven DS's hardest minigames. I'll talk about the top 5 hardest to superb, and then I'll talk about the top 5 hardest to perfect. Now without further ado, let's talk about Rhythm Heaven DS's hardest minigames.
Speaking of hard, I just wanted to let you know how hard I am, mate!
Please leave my house. Number 5 is going to Space Soccer 2. I wanted to put Space Soccer 1 here because it took me 2 tries to superb, and when I did superb it, I still missed twice. But Space Soccer 2 is still harder because, obviously, I still missed, I think, twice in Space Soccer 2, but this minigame is still a bit of a problem. The high kicks are much more common here, and it's a struggle hearing the cues for it over the super distracting song. Like seriously, this minigame is a freaking bop. There are also the double high kick toes, and it catches me off guard on occasion. That's kind of it though. Other than that, it's not that hard of a superb. Number 4 goes to the Dazzle. Oh my gosh, it's the Dazzles! Honestly, set 3 was quite the struggle for me to begin with, but this minigame just sucked. It's not fun, like, at all, and the song is super corny. And if you miss even a barely on a star pose, you instantly lose the superb. This never happened to me before. But if you miss a squat, you also miss the pose, no matter what, which is a load of jellyfish.
What does that even mean?
This one probably took me like 5 tries. And the worst part is that the minigame is easier. Wait, no, I wrote that wrong. The sequel is easier than the minigame. They literally use the same charting, but the sequel's easier because the patterns are different and faster, making the timing a lot more forgiving. Number 3 is, it's Love Lizards. I had no idea what I was doing wrong when I kept getting just okays. I didn't know this minigame had invisible barelies, and I thought I was doing good because the stupid green lizard was gaslighting me and gave me a heart, which also, if you don't know what invisible barely are, they're basically early or late inputs that are slightly off but don't indicate what you're doing wrong. So it's why it sucks. This one took me a lot of time, and the worst part is that it wasn't even my fault. It wasn't my fault. I still have a soft spot for this minigame though, because I love the music. The lizards are cute. Number 2 is Shoot 'em Up, or what I like to call it, Mid. It's a basic repeat the thing minigame. The aliens appear, and then you shoot them up, like in my favorite RPG. What? The timing for this minigame was really hard to get down when I first played it, and missing any of the final 3 aliens, even if it's a barely, will lose your superb. I had so many runs where I missed the final 3. It was so infuriating. Number 1, the grand finale goes to Remix 3. I don't really like Remix 3. The theme for the remix is all over the place. It tries to go for some Japanese Western vibe, but then there's just lemons. This remix has Love Lizards and also the Dazzles, which is already pretty bad, but then they make the remix so slow and so long.
You know what else is long, man?
It gives Love Lizards a harder time signature. It's just... Now let's start the 5 hardest minigames to perfect list. But first, here are some honorable mentions. Love Lizards would have been on the hardest to perfect list, but I did it first try somehow. Also, it was already on this list. Same with Remix 3, but I had to put it at the top of the superb list because this remix has some of the hardest minigames to superb inside of it. Moi Duop 1 was going to be on the perfect list because it took me more tries for me to perfect than Moi Duop 2, but it wasn't harder than Moi Duop 2, and I also didn't think a minigame and its sequel should be on the same list. Also, Lockstep isn't hard. Now let's start the perfect list. Number 5 is, oh gosh, it's Remix 1. I know. The remix is easy to perfect, but that first Glee Club input.
I'm gonna lose my mind. What is this?
It was such bull crotch, dude. I always missed when I felt like it was perfect. This minigame took me the second most amount of attempts to perfect, but like I said, it's not hard. The rest of the remix is really easy. It's just Glee Club. Number 4 is a Rhythm Heaven DS classic. I'm pretty sure you guys know this one. Remix 8. Before I talk about it, let me glaze this remix real quick. This song is such a banger, and this low build up to the chorus was amazing, and Lockstep did not disappoint. Anyways, this minigame is hard. The quick transitions plus the fast tempo between Rhythm Rally and Dog Ninja will catch a lot of players off guard, especially the ending where the tempo gradually speeds up and you need to adapt to it. But once you get the rhythm down, it's pretty easy. All you gotta do is hold on the offbeat and flick on beat for these for the Dog Ninja and Rhythm Rally sections. And the pattern is quite simple, but it will take a while to perfect. Number 3 goes to Remix 10. This one was a bit of a toughie for me. It took the most amount of attempts for me to perfect, but it's probably not due to the difficulty, mainly due to the fact that it was the last perfect, so I wasn't worried about failing it. Besides, it only took 9 attempts. Only one more than Remix 1. Yeah, I kinda suck. But there isn't really much to talk about here, unless you forget about the Airboards to Glee Club transition, or the Shoot 'em Up to Lockstep transition. There are a lot of transitions. Other than that, it's still very difficult, but come on, it's a medley remix, of course it's gonna be difficult. Number 2 is what I like to call my personal hell, Moai Doo-Wop 2. This minigame is so bad. Basically, you have to follow your Moai partner and repeat everything they do. You can sing by holding down on the screen and let go to do the wop. Seems simple, right?
Yeah, mate, even simpler than me and your mom in bed.
That doesn't even make any sense. That's a bad joke.
Oh, you see, it's quite simple. Me plus your mom equals fun time in a bed.
There is another cue where you need to shout by tapping really fast, but tap just a little too slow, and you do a doo-wop instead. And this minigame abuses shouting. The first one wasn't so bad, but the second one just... the timing just doesn't work. I heard people talking about this minigame, and its little trick. I've never tried it. But apparently singing late is much more forgiving than singing early. And then people talk about how Moai Doo-Wop isn't that hard because you just gotta sing late. Like, for me, it only took 4 attempts, thank the Lord, but those were the worst 4 attempts of my entire life. Number 1 is a minigame that I find very, very underrated, actually. Rhythm Rally 2. This minigame goes super fast and took me the most amount of attempts for a minigame that isn't a remix. I love this one. The fast pace keeps it really intense, and the distractions are super fun and cute. Seriously, look at me in the face and tell me that this guy shouldn't be a pillow. He's so cute. The switch in perspective was cool. The music is fast and everything. It feels so awesome, especially the new cue that goes really quick. Plus, I actually feel good after getting this perfect, unlike Moai Doo-Wop, where I actually feel like I earned this perfect instead of just getting lucky. And that's all. See you guys next time.
Oh, mate, you forgot about the damn clankers.
So, Philbots 2, or what I like to call it, Philbots Poo, is a minigame where you fill the clankers. There are normal clankers that take 4 beats, the big wire backs that take 8 beats, and the new tiny little silver-headed number crunching clankers that take 2 beats to fill. This minigame is 3 minutes long. 3 minutes of holding and letting go over and over and over and over and
Okay, we get it.
no, you don't. It is so boring and the inputs are so offbeat, especially the last one. Especially the last one. I missed on the last one when going for a perfect, so I had to do this over and over and over again. I did it on my 6th try, but you couldn't pay me $1 million to play that hell again. Anyways, now that we're done, I'm gonna state one important thing. I love you guys.